Look what came today! Yeah! Early, I guess. From Amazon, we have Origins Snake Mountain. And Chris, I am so glad that we're doing a comparison today between Origins and the vintage version. Let's get into it, as Paul would say. Can we just take in this beautiful box art for a minute? I mean, I loved the vintage box. I've got it, but this is fantastic. So much going on. Got some of the evil snake crew. I don't even know their names. I'm not that versed in that depth of the lore, but you got Moss Man with Tongue Lasher getting him. King Hiss. You can see the tendrils in the cave. Webstor. Dragon Blaster Skelly up there with Thunder Punch He-Man. Lightning. Buzz-Off Screech. Look at Too Bad giving Man-at-Arms a squeeze like, hello there. Haha. And the Skeleton Warriors. Stinkor with this stench. Oh, that's great. Let's look at the side panels and see the cool there. We've got the Talon Fighter coming in hot. And then check out these dudes. Again, I don't even know that story. It's just ghostly. Wow. On this side, even more cryptic. What the heck is that ship?
Now, He-Man, I will have my revenge!
Makes me think of like a Robo-Skull kind of deal. Very cool. And here's the backside. Got a great diorama set up with Snake Mountain. Again, there's the Talon Fighter, Point Dread, which is relatively new. Some of the Skeleton Warrior figures. Little Mossy Frogmonger, who's probably one of my new favorite figs. And then up in the corner, we get a little cutaway to what is in store for us inside Snake Mountain. So here she is in all her assembled glory. It was pretty straightforward. No real tricks to it. Let's check out that awesome new snake. I think it's better than the OG original. It is, you know, articulated. Get in there, you punk. I gotcha. I getcha. Jaws articulated. Very cool. Get some much more dynamic poses. Check it out. Get Chuck! Tez? Speaking of, these are flexible, which is nice and stretchy, so I got them around Tez's wrists easily. Of course, no more microphone. We just have the wolf head that comes off of there, but it's still a great nod to the original. Of course, the face of Snake Mountain. Oh yeah. We don't have those perforations like the original. The mouth articulates by a little lever in the back, which is cool, so you can make them talk. Also, they put in lots of nice origin foot pegs along the way. So, you know, like your original figures always did this, like what Skeletor is doing on the bridge. Whoa! But they've got pegs all through there so that you can easily pose your figures. How cool is that? And on this side, you know, more original sculpting. I love that you can also peg the spiders and bits that came with it. We'll see more here in a minute. The cave itself is bigger, and it has this really cool flexible vine, so you can actually, you know, cram somebody in there. Up top, we get a little more mountainy than the original. I love that it's got the peak to it. The original wolf gate, that does lock open or lock closed, which is great. I am digging it.
It was the year 1984 that we saw the release of Snake Mountain. Here's a look at the box art. You can compare it with the Origins box art, and you can see they stay true to that design and feel of that 80s toy vibe that we got with the vintage Masters of the Universe toy line. Good for Mattel for keeping true to that and homage to the vintage. And now for a close-up of the exterior of Snake Mountain. Now here she is, Snake Mountain from 1984, and there's a reason that I display the Snake Mountain set from the exterior point of view, and that's because there's not that much going on the inside of this castle, but you'll see in just a moment and be the judge of it yourself. But now let's have a close-up of what's going on the outside of this, I think, beautiful 80s playset. Now this looked nothing like the Snake Mountain we saw on the Filmation cartoon. I believe they reused the shell of this playset from a previous jungle themed set. I think it's a reuse of a shell, something they did with a lot of the toys back in the days in order to save budget. The sculpt of the monster head is pretty awesome. I love the paint details. There are smaller monster heads here and here, over there, hidden. It's a really cool sculpt on the outside. I love the snake head, the gate. There's stairs going up here all the way over the drawbridge, which your figures have a hard time walking or balancing on. All the way up here to the main gate. Again, it's impossible to display or move your figures on this way too small stairs, but yeah, well, there it is. These are remade ones. These are more flexible, these are in a more natural position, so I like the look of it. And the original ones I had on my Snake Mountain broke over time. These are real fragile. There's a little secret passage or cave at the lower bottom there. You can get a figure in there, not most graciously, but they do get in and out there, so that actually works on this set. And then there's one cool play feature which never really worked well on my playset. That's the trapdoor up here. So let's go up close to that and see how that works. And from there we go to the interior of this playset. At the top of Snake Mountain you stand in front of this nicely sculpted gate which can open. But what struck me as strange as a kid was that beyond the gate there is absolutely nothing here. There was no reason why I could see my figures going up there all the way to the gate. There are two traps here, and I'm gonna demonstrate them, and for that I need a volunteer. And volunteering is Origins Beastman.
I'm still Beastman, right? the master of all the animals, right?
He's standing on the trapdoor. Now there are two ways to trap him. One is the snake head. There's a lever behind Snake Mountain which you can use to move the snake. And one way of trapping Beastman is to just give him a push and push him over the edge. Now Beastman, not too bright as he is, climbs back up the stairs again and gives it another try. On the inside below the trapdoor is a net. The idea is that they fall through the trapdoor, fall into the net, and would be even more fun if they then glide through the little cave here and end up back on the outside of Snake Mountain. There's a little lever behind here.
Are we flying backwards, beastie?
Well, it looks like Beastman is okay, so let's take a look at some of the other features on the inside of this playset. Besides the trapdoor feature, there's one other play feature, and that's the microphone over here, which we get into in a bit. But besides that, there's not much going on. You got two stickers, left and right, with some pretty cool artwork, I give you that. But that's all the inside has to give. Now here we find the mechanism of the microphone. You have your monster microphone. The controls on and off, and by turning to the left you turn it on, and the more you turn it to the left, up goes the volume. Pretty cool sticker here, and this is where the battery goes. Let's turn it on. So much for a look at the vintage Snake Mountain playset from the year 1984. I hope you enjoyed it. Over to you now, Pete.
And the biggest improvement for this set is there is actually an interior to Snake Mountain now. Way more so than the original. You still have the trap door to catch old Prince Chuck. You push the button and poof! Into the cesspit he goes. Like poor Zodak. He's one-armed Zodak, because he's usually getting chewed on by Battle Cat in my other scene. I tried to move the jail over underneath that. Tez? But it doesn't quite work. The clearance is not there for the gate to get out of the way, so it kind of gets mucked up. So they just free fall in there. You know, the old one had the net, but I'm alright them falling into the cesspit. The stickers are already applied, plus it has this flip out cesspool, which is great. And everything is pegged like this, so you can move things around, which is really cool. Fun playability. So you put that there, and you can put one of the little monsters. They've got the pegs, and you can just stick them on there. Like, I'm coming to get you, Zodak. Nobody likes you. It also has a weapons rack, because, you know, bad guys gotta train, right? And then the jail itself actually slides into a slot on either side of the second floor, so it's elevated just a titch off the ground. Let's set Tez free. Run, Tez, run! You've also got the lever for doing the mouth on the front. Spirit of Grayskull. Up top, because we actually have a second floor, that's right. You've got a ladder that you can put in front of the jail, or over to the side if you like. Whoop! Look out. Old half-boot Skelly, he's actually got a throne to sit on, which is fantastic. I love the evil Scully scalp. And then in a nod to the original battery compartment, it has that decal that's already applied as well, but still a great look. And then you have Skeletor's coat rack, I think is what this is. Has all these spikes on it. You know, it's for hanging his winter wear jackets when it's cold out. And then the wolf head itself does come out of the bracket. But I also like that you can articulate the snake backwards and have it looking kind of inside menacingly, which is really neat. Love it. I don't know about you, Chris, but I am loving really having both of these. I hope that you can get your hands on the Origins one here very soon in Europe. I'm sure it won't be too long, and it's going to be popping up over there as well. But wow, what a love letter to MOTU fans. This is fantastic. And I just want to thank everybody for stopping by and checking out our comparison of these two great sets. Join us on the next one, won't you?